There are many great characters in Genshin Impact that you can invest into, however some definitely stand out more than others. This video will go over the 5 characters I believe that you should invest into. First up, we have Bennet. Arguably one of the best supports in the game, Bennet brings it all to the table. While he is known to be an unlucky adventurer, he certainly did not get unlucky with his kit. Possessing an extremely strong elemental skill capable of dealing a huge amount of damage, together with mounting any cryo mage's shield, he finds it no wonder he is to be feared on the battlefield. Next, his elemental burst allows any allies standing in it to regain their health to 70%, whereupon they will gain a nice attack bonus, and is another reason he is highly sought after, especially if you are needing just a bit more damage in your team. Also, if you manage to get him to C1, then his usefulness further increases as the 70% HP requirement on his burst for the attack bonus gets removed. Finally, he is a pyro character, which is one of the best elements currently in the game, having a very strong elemental reactions such as melt and vaporize, but also one of the top elemental resonances in the game, giving a huge attack bonus to any team running 2 pyro characters. And so, if you are in need of someone who can give a damage boost to your team, Bennet is your guy. Next, we have Diona. If Bennet is more of an offensive support, then Diona would be more of a defensive support, aiding your characters and making sure none of them die during battle. She has a super strong shield that gets better the more you stack her HP, and if you pair her with a sacrificial bolt, she can continue to keep the shield up, protecting all your squishy party members. She has a super strong heal with a burst that also damages and applies cryo to enemies in it, and if you manage to get her to C6, she will give any active character in it 200 elemental mastery, which is crazy, especially if you can take advantage of it with your DPS characters and proc a lot of elemental reactions. Speaking of elemental reactions, as she is a cryo character, she has a lot of flexibility in the team she can fit into, as cryo is part of 3 super strong reactions: melt, superconduct, and freeze. And so, if you are looking for a solid defensive support that can shield, heal, and proc elemental reactions, then look no further than Diona. Moving on, we have Xingqiu. Xingqiu sits somewhat in the middle of being both an offensive character but also a character that can heal your DPS characters through the use of his ranged swords. Not only do they deal a ton of damage, especially once you start getting some of the constellations on them, most notably C2, but also they apply the wet status to the enemy, making them more susceptible to elemental reactions like vaporize or freeze, making them very valuable on such comps. But also he's really good on just any comp, especially ones that are running a main DPS who's going to be attacking a lot like Razor, in order to efficiently use his ranged swords. So if you are not sure who you should bring as your final party member, chances are Xingqiu will be a safe bet, bringing both healing and damage to any party. Originally, I wasn't going to put any 5-star characters on this list, however Venti is too damn good to not talk about. Offering crazy amounts of utility, Venti fills the shoes that no other character currently can. His burst, arguably one of the best support bursts in the game, groups all smaller enemies together, allowing your DPS characters to burst them down. Furthermore, if you run the 4-piece Viridescent Veneer, which is the Anemo set, it will make any enemy trapped in the tornado to just melt away due to the decrease in elemental resistance. Due to this, Venti has become by far the best character in the Spiral Abyss, and also due to his Anemo element, is able to fit in just about any team there is. And until we see another character that can do something similar, or better, he will continue to be the reigning champ of the Abyss. And so, if you are struggling with the Abyss, Venti may be just the character you need. Finally, the last champion I recommend is my current personal favourite, Razor. Now, I obviously am a bit biased towards this suggestion, however I do believe that, at least in terms of 4 stars, Razor is the best 4-star DPS currently in the game. He boasts a huge amount of damage with his burst, with or without constellations, and if you can build a team around not only keeping his burst up, but also having a cryo member in order to proc superconduct, then he's going to be an absolute beast of a character to play. And so, if you are looking for another fun to play main DPS, then check out Razor. Also, if you are interested in playing Razor but don't know where to start, then I do have a guide on my channel that you can check out, so please do. But anyways, I hope you now have a new idea on who you could invest into and add to your team, whether it be various support characters I mentioned like Bennet or Diona, or even a new main DPS like Razor. I promise that these characters will have a huge impact on any team they are put into. Thank you all for watching. See you next time.